Hello everyone, welcome to LBS IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss history MCQs based on previous year UPSC questions. So let's start our session. Our first question is, with reference to forced labor in India during the Gupta period, which one of the following statement is correct? It was considered as a source of income for the state, a sort of tax paid by the people. That is correct. So her answer to this question is option A. Vishti was considered as a source of income for the state, a sort of tax by the people. In the Gupta age, the term Vishti referred to forced labor. Forced labor became more common than before in this Gupta period. So her answer to this question is option A. Consider the following: deification of Buddha, treading the path of Bodhisattvas, image worship and rituals. Which of the above are the features of Mahayana Buddhism? Her answer to this question is option D, that is all the above. Mahayana is one of the two main schools of Buddhism. The term Mahayana is a Sanskrit word which literally means great vehicle. It believes in the heavenliness of Buddha and idol worship of Buddha and Bodhisattvas embodying Buddha nature. It originated in northern India and Kashmir and then spread east into Central Asia, East Asia and some areas of Southeast Asia. Buddhist schools embedded in China, Korea, Tibet and Japan belongs to Mahayana tradition. So Mahayana Buddhism promoted devotional support, deification of Buddha, icon worship and rituals and treading path of Bodhisattvas. So her answer to this question is option D. Which one of the following is not a Harappan site? Options are Chanudaro, Kodiji, Sogura, Jasalpur. Her answer to this question is option C, Sogura. Kodiji was an early Harappan site. Chanudaro and Jasalpur are mature Harappan sites. Sogura copperplate inscription is written in Prakrit in Brahmi script. It was discovered in Sogura. This inscription is sometimes presented as pre-Ashoka and pre-Maurya. So her answer to this question is option C. One common agreement between Gandhism and Marxism is, options are the final goal of a stateless society, class struggle, abolition of private property, economic determinism. Her answer to this question is option A, the final goal of stateless society. A stateless society refers to a society that lacks formal institutions of government. The societies which have no formal agency of social control, such as no rigid boundary, no bureaucracy, no fixed ideology, have oral tradition, simple economy and single person holds several powers like religious, economical, political, etc. are main characteristics of stateless society. So her answer to this question is option A. Consider the following events in the history of India. Options are rise of Pratiharas under King Bhoja, establishment of Pallava power under Mahendravarman I, establishment of Chola power by Parantaka I, Pala dynasty founded by Gopala. What is the correct chronological order of above events starting from the earliest time? Her answer to this question is option C, 2413. That is, establishment of Pallava power under Mahendravarman I, Pala dynasty founded by Gopala, rise of Pratiharas under King Bhoja, establishment of Chola power by Parantaka I. So her answer to this question is option C. Which of the following phrases defines the nature of hundi generally referred to in the sources of post-Harsha period? Options are an advisory issued by the king to his subordinates, a diary to be maintained for daily accounts, a bill of exchange, an order from the feudal lord to his subordinates. Here answer to this question is option C, a bill of exchange. Hundi can be defined as a financial instrument or a negotiable bill of exchange which was used for carrying out trade and credit transactions during the medieval period in India. A hundi is primarily an unconditional contract or order which guarantees a monetary payment which can be transferred by valid negotiation. They were used as remittance instruments to transfer funds from one place to another, as a credit instruments to borrow money, as trade transactions, as a bill of exchange. So her answer to this question is option C, a bill of exchange. Who founded the Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association? Options are Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, N.M. Joshi, J.B. Kripalani. Her answer to this question is option A, Mahatma Gandhi. Anasuya Sarabhai was supported in her work by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi along with Anasuya Sarabhai founded Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association, that is Majur Mahajan Sangh. in the year 1918. So here answer to this question is option A. During the freedom struggle, Aruna Asaf Ali was a major woman organizer of underground activity in options are civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, Quit India movement, Swadeshi movement. Here answer to this question is option C, Quit India movement. Aruna Asaf Ali was a freedom fighter who rose to prominence during the Quit India movement. She is known as the Grand Old Lady of Indian Independence for her role in freedom struggle. Aruna Asaf Ali took part in many non-violent agitations during the Salt Satyagraha. For this, she was promptly arrested by colonial authorities. Gandhi-Irwin Pact was made in 1931, which promised the release of all those arrested during the Salt Satyagraha. But Aruna Asaf Ali was not among them. Only a strong protest by other women freedom fighters and Mahatma Gandhi helped in securing her release. So your answer to this question is option C. With reference to Mughal India, what are the differences between Jagirdar and Zamindar? Jagirdars were holders of land assignments in lieu of judicial and police duties, whereas Zamindars were holders of revenue rights without obligation to perform any duty other than revenue collection. That is incorrect. Land assignments to Jagirdars were hereditary and revenue rights of Zamindars were not hereditary. That is also incorrect. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here answer to this question is option D. Neither one nor two of the statements are correct. In the Mughal Empire, Jagirdars were holders of land assignments in lieu of assigned duties towards the empire, such as police, judiciary, etc., while Zamindars, being holders of revenue rights, also had to render military duties and provide soldiers for the royal army, while also giving gifts to royal court. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. During the Mughal Empire, Zamindars belonged to the nobility and formed the ruling class. Emperor Akbar granted them mansabs and their ancestral domains were treated as jagirs. Mansabdars who received payments through the land was known as jagirdars. The post of mansabdar was not hereditary, hence statement 2 is incorrect. So her answer to this question is option D. With reference to Swadeshi movement, consider the following statements. Statements are: it contributed to the revival of indigenous artisan crafts and industries. That is incorrect. The National Council of Education was established as part of Swadeshi movement. That is correct. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B. Statement 2 only is correct. In August 1905, at Calcutta Town Hall, a massive meeting was held and the formal proclamation of Swadeshi movement was made. The message was propagated to boycott goods such as Manchester cloth and Liverpool salt. After the partition came into force, widespread opposition was shown by the people of Bengal by singing Vande Mataram. Decline in imports, Morley Minto reforms, establishment of Swadeshi institutions were the impact of Swadeshi movement. In August 1906, the National Council of Education was set up to organize the national education system as a part of Swadeshi movement. So her answer to this question is option B. With reference to land reforms, in independent India, which one of the following statements is correct? The sealing laws were aimed at family holdings and not individual holdings. That is incorrect. The major aim of land reforms was providing agricultural land to all the landlords. That is correct. It resulted in cultivation of cash crops as predominant form of cultivation. That is incorrect. Land reforms permitted no exemption to sealing limits. That is incorrect. So here answer to this question is option B. Since its independence in 1947, India has carried out many land reforms with the dual objective of economically uplifting the landless poor and bringing regulations in the agriculture industry. This land reforms program has evolved through different phases such as abolition of intermediaries, tenancy reforms, consolidation of land holdings, fixing ceilings on land holdings with certain exemptions, and to distribute surplus land among landless people. Hence option B is the correct answer.